Hi. How are you all? Hi, Karen. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Happy New Year. Hi, Paris. Hi, Wendy. Yes, so excited. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Lisa in Utah. Good morning, Deanne and Tara. Good morning, Edith and Hillary in Sacramento. Hi, love. Hi, Deb. Hi, Candace. Hi, everyone. So, how are you? Okay, we have a lot of you signed up for today, and we are going to be very intentional. New Year's Eve is definitely my favorite time to plan, but not just plan, it's a really powerful time for us to reflect. And we are going to do some reflecting today. We're going to sip some tea. We're going to make lists because I love lists, and I'm a list girl. And so if you have your workbook that I sent you in the Zoom link, I think it was in the Zoom link, then yes, my sweater, I am cozy today because it's freezing in Ojai. And so I wore my favorite Zadig and Voltaire wool Love Yourself sweater. So wonderful. Hi. Oh, Michelle's having mantra mint. Wonderful. Great. And Tara got her Capricorn tea. Happy Capricorn season for those of you who are Capricorns. Julie did not get the workbook. It would have been in your Zoom link. So go in your email and check on your Zoom link and open it up. If you don't have the workbook, don't worry, because I will prompt you. So all you need today is a journal and a pen and your tea and yourself. That's all you need. So if you don't have the workbook and if you don't have it printed out, not a problem. This is a workbook I designed, God, 2013, 2014. So going on 10 years ago, and it's a very useful workbook, and the practices in it I still use today. And I will also be giving you a quick practice that you can do on any given day when you're feeling stuck. So we're going to do a little bit of a completion work page. So you guys will be able to complete anything from 2023 that you don't want to take into 2024. So what we'll do today is we will start by having a cup of tea together. I am going to do a quick little meditation, and we will set ourselves up for success with a little mindfulness practice. And from there, we will go to okay, so Mary didn't get the link. Okay, so if you have to look in your junk folder, maybe. I'm not good at logistics, and my team is off today. So glad you guys are here. Happy you made it, and there will also be a replay of this. So if you guys didn't get the workbook and you want to do the practices again, you will have ample time and you will be able to do this any time of the year. But we are ending 2023 today and starting 2024. So I'm going to go ahead and start the meditation. So if you all want to join me, I'm going to go sit on my mat and get going. And so let's see. Oh, I have multiple kettles going. So, okay. You're a little further because we were shooting in here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll move it up a little. There. Ta-da! It's like magic. Furniture moves. Okay, great. So go ahead and settle in. If you have incense, light your incense. If you have a candle, light a candle. I really love to bring in the energy of fire into my New Year's Eve ritual. Fire is transformative. It is warming. It is symbolic of the hearth and the heart of a home. I also love incense, which carries our prayers and our intentions to the heavens. And so you can also burn incense. I'm going to burn one leaf of sage from my plants outside my house. And this is a sacred white sage. And I always like to burn just a little bit of white sage just to cleanse the air. It's actually antiviral, antibacterial. There's wisdom in burning things, but be safe. So today I'm going to have Nuwa. This is the goddess of creation from China, and this tea is coming out this month in January. So I'm going to go ahead and have some of the Nuwa tea. Celebrating Year of the Dragon, that's coming up. We're moving into not only the Western New Year, but we're moving into Chinese New Year as well. And so this is a dragon oolong, dragon pearl, yuzu fruit from Japan, and it's my new obsession. So I'm gonna just steep the leaves. So as you steep your leaves, think about your potential for the year to come. Think about as the leaves unfurl, how your potential opens and unfurls. As you steep your tea, be reflective and contemplate how the leaves open in hot water and how it takes a little bit of stress to wake up the potential of a leaf. It takes a little bit of heat. It takes the element of water and fire, and it takes the element of earth through its roots. It's been grown from the earth, so you get the earth. It takes the element of fire through sunlight and photosynthesis. All of the things. Tea is an original plant medicine. And as it steeps, you can just be reflective on the awe-inspiring aspect that you're drinking the earth. You're drinking all the elements, bringing together in perfect balance the elements of fire, water, air, metal, earth. Go ahead and settle in. Feel yourself landing. Feel yourself relaxing. In the workbook, there's a meditation in the beginning based on Vipassana meditation, the meditation that Buddha became enlightened with and through. And it's simply a breathing, scanning, naming, and moving on, not allowing the mind to attach, not allowing the mind to build a story around sensation, but to simply observe, move on in a sweeping motion as it scans your body. So start out training your focus on the breath underneath your nose and above your lip. And breathe in and out of your nose if you can. If you're stuffed up, you can visualize the energy of the breath and breathe out of the mouth. But go ahead and return to the breath. Every time your mind wanders, return to the breath, the in and out breathing of oxygen below your nose. This is called Anapana. And what it does is it hones the mind, bringing it into focus on a single point, on a single sensation of the breath entering and leaving your nose. Allow yourself to settle in, feeling the cold air go into your nose and the hot air going out. The transformation of oxygen as fuel for your mind and body, and the release of toxins with the breath out. Feel the cold air going in through the nose, the hot air, the warm air going out. And you can spend a solid 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour just doing this simple meditation. And what this does is it allows the mind to focus on one thing, and it allows you to observe just how ornery your mind is, just how hard it is to focus on one thing at a time. And instead of judging how hard it is, you just simply observe it, allowing it to be what it is. Gently returning the focus to the breath, bringing it back. Now that you have the focus of your breath, take that focus and scan the body, starting at the top of your head. With that pristine focus you just achieved, scan the body for sensation, or just simply sweep the attention through the body, beginning at the head, down to your ears, neck, shoulder, chest, back, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root, down through the legs, the knees, the calves, the shins, the ankles, down through the feet, down through the toes. And when you get to the tip of your toes, take your attention and bring it back, up through the feet, scan the ankles, scan the calves, the shins, the knees, front of the thighs, the back of the thighs, your bottom, your root chakra, up through your sacral chakra, through the belly, through the solar plexus, through the chest, back, and heart, through the shoulders, through the arms, through the throat, the neck, the spine, the head, and back to the crown. And as you do this over time, you can do this practice every day. What it does is it helps you to stop thinking so much that you can't see the forest for the trees, or as I say, the forest for the teas. It simply relaxes you, allows you to settle into your body, into your breath, allowing your attention not to be focused on the outer world, which you cannot control, but to be focused on what is central to you, the experience of being a human in a body. And allow yourself simply to feel the quality of relaxation in your body. Feel the quality of being present. Feel the quality of just taking a couple minutes to scan your body with focus. What that does is it peels you like an onion, peels the layers of thought off of you, the armor of story, belief, structure, and allows you to be your elemental, essential self. And now you're ready to get to work. I'm actually going to give us a little sound of the throat chakra so that we can express our truth, heal the past, and project into the new year. So beautiful. Okay, loves. So everybody get your journal, and we're going to begin. Okay. So that meditation is on page 1. Wait, yeah, looks like page 1 after the title page of the workbook. So I call it Sit Steady, Scan, and See. Meditation's actually very, very simple. It's just a matter of doing it. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be an expert. None of that matters. You just have to simply do it. Okay. So on page 3 of the workbook, and you can grab your journal, what we're going to do is we're not going to do this exercise first. We're going to do one that's not in the workbook. But get ready for finding your patterns of happiness from this last year. What we're going to do is we're going to use a piece of paper and a journal. And what we're going to do is we're going to write a list of anything that is incomplete from 2023. Okay. So the most important thing we can do when we're planning for something in the future is to close up and close off anywhere our energy or our focus is leaking. So incompletes hold us back from being able to truly step into the new, or to truly step into where we want to be, because we're still lingering. We still have lingering energy, lingering attention in anything that is incomplete. So right now, I'd like you to make a list of anything that you feel is incomplete from 2023. And what you can do is you can take a sheet of paper and you can write incomplete. You can, on the left-hand side, incomplete. And then on the right-hand side, you can write completion plus date. Okay. I want you to know that not everything has to physically be completed. Some completions are in ourselves. A lot of completing is an internal job. Okay, so if you're feeling incomplete, say with a colleague, say there was an interaction that's been bugging you, okay, what you can do is you can decide if you need to complete it with them or if you need to complete it within yourself. And that is a really important aspect of completions. A lot of times, those of us who are fairly codependent and want resolution to involve all parties so that everybody can be happy, we often don't need to go that far. Oftentimes a completion can happen internally, mentally, or emotionally, or spiritually within us. So incompletes are often, it could be a health thing. Maybe you had a health issue that you did not complete or heal in 2023. So I'm going to make my list and I'll use mine as examples. So I always go with the physical, I go with the mental, I go with the emotional, and I go with the spiritual. Okay. So an incomplete for my physical body is I have a surgery coming up. So I'm going to heal, and it's from it's actually from a birth defect. So in my 40s, I found out I had a birth defect. So I'm going to heal my throat, thyroid. Okay. And that is going to be, the surgery is on January 10th. So I'm going to complete that, and I'm going to heal from that. So that's a 40-something year old. There's incomplete. Okay, so now yes, Reiki, of course. Thank you, Levy. So what physical things do you have that are incompletes? Okay, maybe you started a new regimen for eating better and you didn't complete it. Write that down. So for me, I need to go back to juicing at least. I was juicing every day. I will say juice every other day. Okay. Other physical completions that need to happen or incompletes would be maybe if you haven't been getting your checkups, something like that. Maybe schedule wellness visits. Okay. I'm also going to schedule a bi-monthly massage because I don't do that enough. And then I'm also going to do my infrared sauna 3 times a week. Oh, actually 1 time a week. That's more realistic. 1x a week. Okay. So those are my incompletes that I'm going to take into 2024. I'm going to schedule them into my calendar. So that's another thing you can do is you can actually schedule things in your, depending on what software you use, if you use Google Calendar, if you use Outlook, whatever it is, schedule the things into your calendar. Okay, so emotional incompletions. Okay. Any emotional, oh, Kelly, yes, Levy. Let's have a healing circle. Kelly, so you have a surgery on the 9th. Yeah. Let's do the next Magic Monday. Let's do a healing circle, sweetheart. We've got you. Okay. Yeah, Tissa also recovering from knee surgery. Yeah. So these are big completions. They take energy, they take love, they take focus. So healing is a major one. Yeah. Oh, so let's do this. Okay. So, so emotional incompletes. Are there any lingering emotional issues that you want to complete? Anything that you left undone from last year? Let's see, emotionally, I'm pretty expressed. Emotionally, I'm pretty open. So I think I'm good. Oh, Kathy, that's so cool. So, okay, emotionally, any emotional incompletions? Okay. Any professional incompletes? Anything professionally? Yes, for me, I need to finalize the new bookkeeping software. Okay, so this is all housekeeping, right? So financial, emotional, physical. Just go ahead and make sure you have these. And we don't have a ton of time today, but your incompletes, finding a solution, setting a date, closing it up will give you all the energy moving forward into the new year. So take this practice and finish it today after our exercise or after our class. Okay, so you've got your incompletion list, and then you have your to-do list where you could make some phone calls today. When I first did this practice, when I got certified as a coach, I sat in my hotel room in Dallas where I was in this class, and our teacher made us make the phone calls, write the emails, and do the completions. And so anything that was incomplete, I remember I had flaked out on somebody. I was supposed to do a workshop or something, and I flaked out and I felt terrible about it. And I called him up and I said, hey, I'm really sorry I didn't show up. I really was overwhelmed and blah, blah, blah. So make sure that you do that, because that will set you up for success going into the new year. Yes, so Debbie, the categories are physical, emotional, and physical, I usually have money in that, financial in my physical, because it is the physical body that the finances have to take care of. But, it's also emotional. It's also psychological, usually. Money's so complex. But so physical, emotional, spiritual. Okay, so I usually do the psychological is emotional, so spiritual. So as long as you do spiritual, physical, and emotional or psychological. Okay. So now on page 3, we're going to find our patterns of happiness. Okay. So allow yourself to relax into this, go from incompletion to this. And you guys can spend all day. I usually spend all New Year's Eve doing this. So I spend the whole day just reflecting, journaling, wrapping up my incompletes from the year, all of that. A lot of people go out on New Year's Eve. I don't think I've been out on New Year's Eve for probably 15 or 20 years. So I don't usually go out. I usually do this. And I'll make a vision board sometimes with my kids. But let's see, find your patterns of happiness. So noticing and becoming aware of your patterns of happiness is the way to find your life's purpose. And it's the way to find this year's purpose for you, because patterns of happiness tend to change. What made you happy in your 20s might not make you happy in your 60s. What made you happy in your 30s might not make you happy in your 40s. We have to always be assessing what is bringing us that upwelling of joy. Is it something through your work? Are you finding that you have a new passion through your day-to-day work? Are you finding that you have a new friend that is bringing you expansion and joy? Maybe you have a new exercise that you love. Maybe you love Pilates. Maybe you found something that actually engages your body and makes you joyful. So what I want you to do is I want you to reflect now on the last year and reflect on what has brought you that upwelling, instantaneous feeling of, that I love that. I always tell my staff when they open the boxes, I want them to go, so what is your unveiling that made you go, oh, I love that? So let's see. So in the past decade, I've been happiest when so go ahead and write down, in the past decade, I've been happiest when I'm loving, when I'm creating. I'm a creative person. So, okay. So these are the questions, so you can write down the answers. In the past decade, I've been happiest when I'm creating or creative. In the past year, it's the same. In the past year, a moment when I felt happiest was when I had a breakthrough with my son last night. We were having a communication breakdown and we had a breakthrough, and he made the breakthrough happen. Proud mama, I had a breakthrough with Sage. It felt like he could communicate as an adult in a really honest way, even though he was scared to talk to me about how he was feeling. And I felt that I did a good job as a mom, that he is that boy, that young man. At work, I most love when I'm creating and helping others and teaching others, when I'm creating plus sharing. Okay, so fill these in your journal, or if you printed out the sheet, you can fill them into the sheet as well. At home, I'm happiest when at home, I'm happiest when I'm cooking or sharing with my family. And usually afterward, when Venus, my big, chubby, yummy cat, lays on me, she's my healer kitty. So at home, I'm happiest when. So add these in, and you guys can drop them into the chat as well if you want to share any of them. Okay, number 5, time flies when I'm. What makes time fly for you? What makes you feel that time is just whoosh, expansive and flying, and you're flying with it? There's like a timelessness. Time flies when I'm writing. Yeah, writing / creating. And laughing. I like to laugh. Okay. On vacation, Shelley. Yeah, on vacation where we have less responsibilities. That's why I made this at home, I'm happiest when. Not on vacation, I'm happiest when. At home, I'm happiest when. Not when I'm begging the kids to do their chores, right? Time flies when I'm knitting. Joanna, that's cool. Dawn, in my garden or woods by my home. Aw. Time flies when I'm with those I love. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Wendy, when I'm dancing. Gorgeous. Wonderful. When I'm painting and being creative. Teresa, I love that. Beautiful. Okay. So the next question is a really important one. Okay. This takes a little bit of thought, a little bit of reflection. And yeah, Laura, when you're reading a good book, when you're in your imagination, right? Reading and feeding your mind stories and imagery and ideas. Irma says walking. So I've noticed synchronicities when this is a really important one. We're taking it out of the day-to-day and we're looking at a pattern now. We're going from the moment to moment in our own internal experience to looking outside of ourselves. I notice synchronicities when I'm what? Okay. When do you notice things working outside of you in your favor? What are you doing when those things are happening? When everything is going your way, when you find the parking spot, when you have a synchronicity with a friend, when you think someone and they call right away, what are you doing when you notice synchronicities, signs, or as some people call them, God winks, when God is winking at you? Yeah, Wendy just wrote God winks. Yeah, present and connected to my heart center, everything just seems to flow. Yeah. Wendy, honoring using my voice. Yeah, Joe, paying attention, grounded and asking. Good. Deborah, I notice synchronicities when I'm not fretting about things in the now moment and at peace. Yes. Yes. Michelle, when Mercury's direct. Totally. I have more synchronicities when I'm making more art and being, chills, and thankful for the many things throughout the day. Okay. So Edith, that is when you are making art, you notice synchronicities. When you're in gratitude, you notice synchronicities. Okay. Yeah. Sue, when I'm positive attitude. Laura, when I'm not worried about everything, being calm. Same, Stephanie wrote, not in a negative funk. Megan, when I go into a situation assuming it'll go well. Very good. Catherine O'Neill, moving at my essence pace. We'll have to talk about essence pace. You're a Hendrix person, I see. Yeah, when you're moving at the pace of your soul is kind of what that means for most of us. Joanna, when I'm able to be empathetic. Yes. So empathetic means being one with others. And sympathetic means observing others and feeling sympathy for other. Empathetic is the feeling of oneness with others. So Joanna, when you feel oneness, You feel the synchronicities. And Brandon, when I'm living in my truth. Absolutely. When I'm more relaxed and connecting to the universe, Kathy says. When I'm helping others, Myra, that's me too. BJ, for me, they just happen. I always see 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you're aware. That's beautiful. Deb, definitely in gratitude. Michelle, making connection with my spirit team. Grateful and humble heart. When I expect them, Tara, exactly. Expectancy is a big piece of seeing miracles. When you expect miracles, you get them. You get what you look for. Absolutely. When I believe the world is working in my favor, yes, Leanne, that's great. In Paris, when I'm calm. Beautiful. Wonderful. Shelley wrote, I changed my work hours to be one with my soul and give myself time in the morning to reflect, journal, and pray and exercise, and I feel better. Beautiful. Karen, when I'm not trying, when you're in ease. That's what Catherine was saying, in essence pace. That's that energy. Like attracts like, so positive gains positive. Yes, so I notice synchronicities when I'm. So now what you've done is you've taken the focus from an internal, and now you're focused on the external influence of your internal state. And this is how it works. Everything is an inside out job. Yes, we live in a crazy world where we cannot control everything that is happening. That is for sure. And yet, when we are more aligned with our internal calm and our internal center, and when we are more aligned with our internal truth, the world will validate, help, and support and put wind in our sails in order for that to happen more and more. So, so number 7, I would be happier right now if I was, and that's not a trick question. If you were not here listening to me talk, no, I'm kidding. I would be happier right now if I was. What would make you happier? If I was adding more hot water to my beautiful tea. Okay, so you can take time today, as I said, and fill in these questions, and they all start to form a pattern. Karen and her truth bombs. I love them. Okay, so I find it hard to not be happy when I'm. Okay, so basically we're looking at what makes us happiest from all sorts of angles. That's what this sheet is. The feeling I want to share with the world is, what is the feeling you want to share with the world in 2024? What do you want to share with the world? I want to share love, my creativity, love, and support. Creativity, beauty, love, and support. My whole life is based on that. Peace. Exactly, Deb. It doesn't cost anything to be kind or gracious. Kindness, beautiful. Upliftment and love, Edith, beautiful. Yeah, Karen, critical thinking, letting people need to read more. What I really want others to know about me is, okay, in 2024, what do you want others to know about you? What would you like to expose of your internal world or of yourself? What would you like others to know about you? Okay. What would you like others to know about you this year? Megan, I will listen. Karen, I am enough and always have been. Yeah, takes a long time to realize that for a lot of us. Love, for sure. What I really want others to know about me is that I have fought a lot of internal battles to get where I am today. And that through my own learning of my resiliency, I want others to realize theirs. So that's what I want others to, what I want to expose about myself is my strength of resiliency so that it can inspire others to feel the same. I am strong and resilient, and so are they. Great. Sarah or Joanna, I'm a complicated human being and I'm a work in progress. Absolutely. Let's just all really be ourselves, right? So when you look at all your answers, this is going to take a little bit of time because this workbook, it's a 4-hour class and we're shoving it all into an hour or so. But basically what all this is showing us is that if we're not aligned with what we're doing on a day-to-day basis and we're not seeing the synchronicities, we're not getting the God winks, we're not getting the support of validation from external cues, we're not feeling calm, whatever that is, and we're not showing the parts of ourselves that we want to be sharing with the world, what'll happen is you can set an intention for 2024. But if you're not aligned with your authenticity on a majority basis, like 51% of the time, you're not necessarily going to get the reflection, and because you won't be putting out a clear message. Therefore, the world, the energy, the universe can't answer you clearly. So the more you can clarify your authenticity, the more that you can be the truest to your soul's seeking, the truest to who you are, the clearer the response can be. If you're getting responses that are not aligned with what you really want, it's 99% of the time because you've sent out a message. You've trained people around you to not know your authentic self, to not see who you really are. When you are mistreated by others, somewhere along the line, you valued being mistreated more because maybe you thought you deserved it than you valued being in your full worth and in your full truth and authenticity and power. And so what happens is this completion process, and this process of really looking at all of this is in order to reflect back to you where you are not being entirely honest about your values in the world. And if you're valuing friendships that don't feed you, or you're valuing habits that don't support you, and you're valuing things because you don't feel you deserve them, you're not actually going to get your intention fulfilled in its full potential in 2024 or ever, until you're willing to be absolutely honest with where you are and where you want to be. And that gap in between is the work at hand. That gap into, I want to have full harmony with my son. Why are Sage and I still having conflict? That gap is the goal for 2024 for me when it comes to my relationships. How can I feed him and his soul so that he can continue to be the best boy in the world? How can I be more honest about what I want for myself in the relationship, right? So whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is that you want next year, you need to be honest about where it is and where you actually are right now. So those completions are really, really important. And you can take a week with this. You can take a month with this. This is not just the clock strikes midnight and all of a sudden it's game on. This is an ongoing process. It's a new year. It's not a new you. It never will be a new you. It's a work in progress you. It's a delicious, complicated you. It's a funky, rad, amazing, creative, freakish you. It's new year, new reflections, new point of view, new perspectives towards growth. Okay, so I want you to be in the mindset of that lovely work in progress. I love the idea of you being impractical about your goals sometimes. I want to completely give up every bad habit I have. Okay, well, that sounds great, but it's impractical. But you know what? I'm impractical sometimes, and that's okay too, right? So, what I want you to do is I want you to just have an honest face-to-face conversation with your soul, and I want you to fill this in and be there for yourself. Just love the bejesus out of yourself. Seriously, that fixes everything. I mean, not the world, but it fixes everything in you. Okay, so on page 4, this is like the workbook that has a lot of, I don't know, a lot of depth per page. Take your time. So look at the happiest moments and see if they somehow relate to one another. Okay, so look at your happiest moments and look at how they relate to one another. In 2023, my happiest moments were seeing my employees have breakthroughs, seeing my kids have breakthroughs. And I always say, I'm a terrible manager, but I can grow you. I can't manage you, but I can grow you. That's all. I'm a gardener of humans. I like to garden their potential so that they can bloom and realize their potential. I love that. I just water them and give them lots of tea. But so what are those happiness moments that you can start seeing a pattern with, right? Mine are seeing other people have aha moments, just delights me. So, and creativity, right? So when I'm creating, then I share that creation with you or with someone else, and then they have a moment of inspiration, and then they can go on their lives doing something even more remarkable than they're already doing because they have this spark of excitement and the spark of enthusiasm. Then all of a sudden I'm like, I've arrived, right? So look at this. The most meaningful experiences of my life are when for me, it's sharing, creating and sharing. Creating, sharing, and serving, or sharing, supporting, growing myself, and helping others. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's great, Shelley. Thank you. Leslie wrote, now I know I am the manure for my staff as well. Yeah, we're gardeners, kid. Your staff doesn't have to be there. They don't have to, there's plenty of other jobs in the world. If you're growing them and they're growing alongside you and you've got their best interest in the growth of their being and their potential, they'll stick around. Otherwise, okay. When I help others get what they want or need, I get what I want and need. Definitely. Thank you, Edith, for putting the workbook up there. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. And we will keep posting that. I don't think Thomas, I think, is in London. Okay, so find your patterns of happiness. You've got notes here. So look at all of that. Now, there's more exercises in the book that you don't necessarily have to do with me right now, 6 and 7, defining your doing and being. So one thing I want you to think about today as you're setting your intentions for the new year is doing and being are often separate. When you're being a certain way, when you're being calm and centered, what you do is different. When you're doing things out of automation or duty or habit or old school thinking, you are being an old way. So if you can start to realize that this internal, it's why we start with a meditation to center ourselves. It's why we start with a cup of tea and some moments of gratitude in the mornings as a magic hour ceremony, right? So if you're being a certain way, your doing will shift. Everything about your day will shift, and the results that you see and through synchronicities and through support and through fulfillment will shift. So instead of saying, what do I have to do this year? How do I want to be this year? What will my being be like? What will I focus on being this year? I will focus on being creative, because when I'm creative, I'm growing and so are those around me. When I'm creative, I'm inspired and so are those around me, right? So your beingness is much more important than your doingness this year. Because if you're being true to yourself, you will automatically eat the better food. If you're being centered and loving toward yourself, you will automatically give yourself time to do creative endeavors that you love. So I want you to think about 2024 in a state of beingness, because that is the foundation that shapes all of your actions and doing. Okay, so I can write a big business plan, right? We grew 25% this year. We didn't grow last year over year, but how was I being through that? I was definitely being expansive, but I was being at the cost of my own health and wellness. I was running too hard in too many directions. So how am I going to be in 2024? I'm going to be comfortable in my limitations. I am one person. I weigh 130 pounds. I'm 5'2.5", or 5'1.5", 5'2". Yeah, I'm shrinking. I can only do so much, right? That beingness, being real and loving toward myself in my finite beingness, is how I'm going to go into 2024, setting my goals for expansion within. My goals are to expand within, perfect my processes, and I don't need to grow my business, I need to grow within myself. And so what can I do to make things easy and in flow? So think about how you want to be in 2024. What does that beingness look like? Be intentional. Yeah, Angela needs to slow down. Me too. I want to be joyful and magical. Being joyful. So what brings you joy? If you're being joyful, joyful is a result. How do you need to be joyful? What brings you joy? Is it you have to be calmer, be more spacious, be in meditation more? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dr. Cherie, hi, baby. I intend to be well and well rested in 2024. Yeah, Tara, potent and powerful, unforgettable. You are all those things all the time. Every time I see you on Instagram, someday in person. Laura, comfortable with my whole person. Oof, that gave me chills. Crystal, I intend to be my own kind of magic in 2024. Yes, be my own kind of magic. Being yourself is just exactly what God wants of you. It's exactly what your angels are asking you for. It's exactly what the world is hungry for. Being yourself. Be joy. Yeah, Deborah. So how do you be joy? Right? You choose it. Being is a choice, right? Doing is usually unconscious. But if you can be before you do, you will be powerful. Beautiful. Wendy, being respectful of my passions and the pulls and honoring them. I want to be less reactive to stressful situations. So Joanna, what do you need to be less reactive? You need to be more rested and reflective. Give yourself so much time. Thanks, Stephanie. I'm going to be magically imperfect and not feel a single iota of guilt or shame for it. And Leslie, if you do feel guilty or feel some shame, let it pass the way that meditation shows you to let pass the sensations. Scan. So if shame arises, just say shame and let it go. Guilt arises, say guilt and let it go. The whole point is to not attach to the feelings because they will come up. Okay, so that's page 6. And then there's more exercises. So let's create our purpose statement on page 9 for 2024. You guys are already doing it. So I was serving tea and being inspired. My purpose is to serve and inspire. Okay, so on page 9, take your definition of doing and being from the page 6 and transform it into your purpose statement. How will you be and what will you do? Okay, so my purpose is to, okay, so 2024, my purpose statement, and you guys can change them and perfect them over time, but let's see. 2024, my purpose statement is, you guys work on yours too. How will you be and what will you do through that being? I will be healthy. My purpose in 2024 is to nurture myself and others through my love and creativity. Okay. Thank you guys. Brandon, that's good. I'm going to be honest with myself, invite equal exchange, and open both my giving and receiving hands. Beautiful. Myra, playful, creative, and explore. Especially because you have a new living environment. Being more playful is going to be good for that, yeah? Thank you, Edith, for being my Thomas today, giving everyone the workbook link. Thank you, Levy. I so appreciate it. Oh, Wendy, that's good. Spread joy and hope in a grand way. No small ways for you. Deborah, my purpose is to bring joy and hope to myself and others. Yeah. Crystal, my purpose is to be my own kind of magic and do what is authentic to my highest self. Beautiful. Thanks, Edith. Deb, I'm going to be more magical. How do you be more magical when you're already so magical? What does more magical mean? Stephanie, trust myself and not second guess myself by learning to finally trust my instincts. Yeah, instincts and intuition. This year, Magic Hour is focused on intuition. So we have the Tea and Tarot journey is the monthly membership. Plus we have other stuff. It's all about trusting your own magic, your own intuition, your own ability to navigate. Oh, thank you. Beautiful. Yes. So today I want you to spend the time, and if you guys can't find the link to the, Edith posted the purpose link. I will post this also on our page okay, I'll post this also on our Magic Hour page so that you guys can have the PDF. I wrote it about 10 years ago, but it's pretty good, still works. And so the work, Edith, you're hired. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, it's a good one. This is a good workbook. Oldie but goodie. Okay, so I want you guys to share your 2024 purpose statements with me on our social media, please. And you can post them on my personal social media. You can post them on my professional one. And I'm going to go ahead and pull us an angel card as we wrap up here, because I know some of you have to go. We only scheduled an hour. We should have scheduled half a day, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a card with my non-dominant hand, and this is going to be our group word of 2024, okay? Yay! Expansiveness. I win. No kidding. Expansiveness. That's our group. That's our group word of 2024 is expansiveness. Yes, I love expansiveness. Yes. Okay. So in 2024, I get everything I want. That's the moral of the story. So you guys can spend time today, fill this in, complete your incomplete list, do everything you can to nurture yourself, love your amazing, unique genius, love yourself into being the best you in 2024. Give yourself all the time you need today and tomorrow. Give yourself all the time you need to meditate and breathe. And I will not be here for Magic Monday, but I will be here for next Magic Monday. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have a quiet dinner with my kids. And so happy, 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 happy New Year. May 2024 be the best year yet of your life. And know that you deserve all the joy, all the calm, all the beingness, all the good, all the love. Okay. Mwah. Happy New Year. I love you. Many blessings to you. And we'll post the link of this if I can figure it out after, because everybody's off today. But it'll definitely get posted when everyone's back. Okay. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.